Happy New Year wherever you are across the world. It is already 2024. I'm sure you've crossed over wherever you are. And we say a special Happy New Year to our fans, to fans of Sports Africa. Of course, you've been on this awesome journey with us from Nigeria Super Fans Forum. Of course, you migrated to this platform and you still kept faith with us. We appreciate you so much. And we pray that this 2024 will bring you peace, happiness, joy, and abundant blessings. Of course, I also like to say Happy New Year to Kayode and James Agberibi. We've been here together. We started this countdown together. We have just 5 countries before we, of course, we finish going into the camp of each of the 24 teams that will be participating at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. Kayode and James, Happy New Year, and you're welcome to our daily countdown.
Same to you, Femi. Happy New Year to you and your family too, and to all our fans across the world.
Yeah, Happy New Year to everybody. Nice to cross over to wonderful year. Look forward to a big year for each and every one of us.
Okay, of course. Happy New Year also to our producer. Of course, he's been doing a yeoman's job. And for today, we'll be going to a country, a small country, so to say, in West Africa, and that is the Gambia. Yeah, the Gambia. They will be making their second appearance at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire. And I'll start with you, Kayode. I know, Kayode, you've talked during this countdown, you've talked about the Gambia, that we shouldn't in any way make any attempt to discontinence what they are capable of doing at this competition. They have recently, we've seen them emerge at the 8th grade level, with talented players, and we know that they will be blending some of them with already established players at that are featured in the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon. But isn't that going to be a tall order for them, making their second appearance, and perhaps they might be even setting a standard for them, trying to equal their record in 2021 or even surpass it at this time?
Femi, the beauty about this Gambian side is the fact that they are a team that operates effectively as a unit. You will be hard pressed to point at one player as the standout player. Everybody in the team works for everybody else, and this is not surprising. From I think 2005 when they hosted the AFCON under 17, they have shown over a period of time that they have these structures capable of producing teams. I saw them 2-3 years ago at the under 17, under 20 level, and they had very, very wonderful teams to those competitions. So those players have now come of age. They've played together for a number of years, Femi, and it is now showing in their game, the cohesiveness that they operate with, the sense of purpose, and the unity in their squad, which is obvious to you if you know what you're looking for, Femi, has shown that this team will be a handful for a lot of teams. They are a very, very physical side. They are not afraid, Femi. They are always in your face. That's what makes them difficult to beat. Senegal will be the big masquerade in that group, but because they are neighbors with Senegal, it's going to be the Senegambia derby. And I can assure you that it will not be a stroll in the park for the reigning African champions. I can assure you of that.
Okay, James, in the qualifiers in Group G, they qualified band Mali, and even finished ahead of Congo Brazzaville, a country that you might also want to argue to some extent that they have a bigger pedigree in terms of football on the continent. And if you look at it very well, would you say that Senegal, the Gambia, I meant to say, would want to count on their experience or what they're able to build in their first appearance? Because if you're able to reach the quarterfinal in your first appearance, it means that you must have taken something very valuable into the competition and must have taken out something also. Would you say that they will be able to count on the experience that they had, particularly with Saintfiet, that is the coach, is still with the Gambia? It means that they must have been able to do something between 2021 and this moment.
Yeah, Femi, good one for the Gambian team. They should. One thing that I've observed about them is this steady progress. Let me just take you back to 2005 when they featured at the Under-17 World Cup. That was when I started taking note of them. 2005, they defeated Brazil. They came from behind to defeat Brazil. I think that Brazil team had
exactly.
I think they had this former Manchester United dreadlock Brazilian. I've forgotten his name now.
Anderson.
Yeah, I think he was in that squad. So the Gambian team, they've come way back. Looking at them, but my fear for them in this AFCON, Femi, one thing about teams like this is when they do well in the previous edition, the following edition, there's always this, as if they are targets, all eyes on them.
I don't know pressure as well.
Yeah, I don't know whether they'll now be able to handle that pressure. These are teams that they just like to go steady. They don't rush. They just take it step by step, because they are a small team. Whichever way you want to look at it, they are still a small team, but a small team that will give the big teams a good run for their money. So doing well at the previous edition, I'm telling you, Femi, they are going to be a big target. Nobody's going to take them lightly. We also what Madagascar did in 2019. They topped the group that had Super Eagles, Guinea, and Burundi. But where are they now? So that's my fear with teams like the Gambia. So because they don't have the pedigree. They're just a team that is just gradually coming up. And by the time they now come up against the big boys, I don't know how they're going to cope. I don't see them as one of the teams that they are not one of those teams that are going to be the whipping teams in this tournament. They're going to give their all. And the good thing about this tournament is we have a space for teams who can qualify as best runner-up. So even if they don't finish top or second, I believe they can, with what we've seen, with what Tom Saintfiet has been doing with the team. I want to see them. I want to believe that they are good enough to qualify from the group stage. They're sound, decent team. No team is going to look them lightly. But like I said, my fear is, will they be able to handle the pressure? By the time all focus is on them. Because no team, they're not one of those teams that you're going to look at and say you're going to get an easy 3 points. They're going to stretch any team that they're going to face. So let's just keep our fingers crossed and see how they're going to fare. I hope that they do well and get out of the group, because these are the kind of teams you want to see do well and progress.
Okay, Kayode, if you look at Tom Saintfiet, he has a very, very rich experience when it comes to African football. He's been with Namibia, Zimbabwe, Ethiopia, Malawi, and Togo before now. That is going to be added advantage to him, ensuring that the boys gel together, and the physical part of the game as well. It will be able to put them in the mood, having coached 5 countries on the continent before now.
Well, for me, yeah, you could look at it from that angle. And if you ask me, the kind of faith I have in this Gambian team, I would say this is his biggest job yet. As much, even though the Gambians are not a big team, but this is the best collection of players he has had to work with. Forget about the Zimbabweans and all others that he has previously worked with. This, for me, is the team that will really establish his credentials as a coach. Although the Gambians will not be in the same category with the Nigerian Super Eagles, with Cameroun and Senegal and all the other big guns in Africa. But if he has anything to prove, this is the team that he has to prove it with. And somebody keeps telling me that every edition of the AFCON, Femi, or like every other competition too, there's always a dark horse that comes up and surprises everybody. In this competition, I have an hunch that Gambia and one other country that I have mentioned previously either of them will be the dark horse. It's either Gambia or Cape Verde. That's what my crystal ball is telling me will be one of the dark horses of the competition that will come and surprise everybody. Hey, I'm not saying they're going to win the competition. I'm just saying they're going to pleasantly surprise all of us.
I even say it is not possible. Of course, and when you talk about dark horses, they usually take out one of the major maybe title contenders, and that is where the attention is always is. James, let's talk about their key player. Of course, I don't know whether you know Omar Colley, one of the veteran, 32-year-old, plays as a defender for Besiktas. And of course, if you look at the rising star, remember the 2023 under-20 AFCON, Adama Bojang, he scored a hat-trick. If you remember, he scored a hat-trick in the quarterfinals. These are going to be very, very key for the Gambia. You remember they finished runner-up in that competition to Senegal. Senegal, they took almost all the titles on the continent last season. They are going to be very crucial for Senegal. I'm sure for Gambia, I beg your pardon, and I'm sure Tom Saintfiet, these are the players is going to blend with other crop of players that I'll be bringing to AFCON.
I think the good thing about teams like this Gambia is you hardly pinpoint who the star man is. You don't don't know who is who. You don't know what you're going to expect. That's the exciting thing about teams like this. Compared to the likes of Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, Egypt, you know who are the key guys there. But teams like this, they have exciting players that they are good enough to even play for some of the big teams, you know. But unfortunately, they are not, you know, the big team that we all know them to be. But Zambia did it in 2012 when they won the AFCON. I mean, that was a unit. Greece, when they won the Euros in 2004, who gave them a chance? But look how the team they took out. They took out Portugal twice, defeated France with Zidane, Henry, and everybody. Defeated Czech Republic, who, for me, was the best team of that tournament. So when you play against teams like this that play as a unit, I'm telling you, Femi, it's always difficult. So this Gambian side, it's very hard to pinpoint who their key players are. That's where the danger is, because they play as a unit, they cover up for each other. It's mass defense, mass attack. I'm telling you, Femi, they are going to be harmful for most of these teams that they're going to come up against with.
Okay, Coyote, as we round up now, passion or talent, which one will you choose? Because I know that the Gambians, they will be coming to this tournament with passion. They do not have the big names like Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, but they will want to make a statement. And like we said, last time they finished in the quarterfinals, lost to Cameroon, sadly. But this time, they will want to show passion. For you, Coyote, passion and talent, which one would you choose as a round up now?
Honestly, if you have passion and you add hard work to it, you are almost halfway through the door. But if you have talent and you're like, you want to rely on your talent alone, it's not going to take you anywhere. So any day, every day, twice on Sunday, I will choose passion for the job over talent.
Okay, of course, the excitement, like I said, is building 12 days to the kickoff of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. We're already in the mood. The holidays are over now. By tomorrow, January 2nd, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be opening their camp far away in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. Nigerians are still asking why they have to go that far, because Togo, Ghana, these are places that share almost the same similar weather condition with Ivory Coast, and Togo speak the same language with Cote d'Ivoire. But that question, perhaps, maybe one day to get answered. Thank you guys for coming on the show. And once again, Happy New Year. Good to see you in a brand new year once again.
Same here, Femi. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, Femi. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, to our fans, of course, celebrate today is the first day of a brand new year. But of course, remember that, of course, we have to put everything in the hand of God so that it's going to be a fantastic year already. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Please tell someone to subscribe to this channel. We are almost to Homestead now on our daily countdown, going into the camp of each of these 24 teams. Tomorrow, we will be, of course, peeping into the camp of another country as they prepare for this awesome and epic tournament in Cote d'Ivoire. We will see you all tomorrow. Have a fantastic celebration today. Bye for now.